Hi everyone, I'm Jennifer Stagg from the blog withHEART, and today I'm joining you from my newly made over back deck. We did a lot to get it to this point. We stained our deck, we built a pergola from scratch, we made curtain rods from galvanized pipe, and we hung drop cloth drapes from them. We created lighting and ambiance using string lights and also hung some lanterns, and we made a hanging planter. But today I'm going to show you how we created these cement paint-dipped planters. I wanted this project to be as inexpensive as possible, so you need an assortment of plastic containers, and I picked up a variety of plastic bowls and planters, just found at my local thrift store. You need to drill some holes in the bottom of this so that there's drainage, because this is going to be the outside mold of my planter, and this is going to be what the shape of the planter is. I'm going to use cooking spray, Pam, and I'm going to spray all the way around the inside of my mold and also on the outside of the inside mold. What it does is it makes it so that the cement can pop out and slide out a little easier, just like a muffin. This next step is kind of a pain, and it's definitely not easy to do, but it is an important step because a planter needs to have drain holes in the bottom for water, or it's just not really that functional. So I've drilled the holes in the bottom of both of my molds, and then I'm going to use these wooden dowels that I've just cut into little pieces, and I'm going to stick it through through the inside mold, and then I'm going to match it up and stick it through the outside mold. And what that's going to do is just create a permanent hole when the cement is setting so that there actually is space for water to run through. Now it's time to get mixing. This is called Rapid Set Cement All, and I just bought it at Home Depot. Rapid Set, it's a huge bag, and you just mix it with water. It's super easy. So I'm just going to put in some cement and then mix in some water until I get it exactly how I want it. This is an attachment for my drill, and it's basically like an outdoor KitchenAid. And that consistency is pretty close to perfect because you want it to be just like a cake mix, kind of thick, maybe a little bit lumpy like pancakes, but not too thick and not too runny. Okay, so I went through with my dowels and I just went straight through into the ground to kind of anchor it and hold it in place, but it is important to try and get your outside mold as level as possible. The inside one doesn't matter quite as much, but the outside one needs to be level, and now I'm ready to pour in my cement. I'm to the part where I kind of feel like I'm, I don't know, frosting a cake or something, my little bundt cake in here. And I'm just going to take my hand and kind of smooth it along the top and even it out. And it's a little bit messy. If you get some inside, so there were drainage holes already on the inside of my mold, on my inside mold. If you get it, it'll seep through a little bit. Just scoop it out with your hand. I've gathered some pebbles from my front yard and I've just put them into a paper cup, plastic cup, and I'm going to use this as a weight. I'm just going to set this right inside and it's just going to keep it down firmly in place. But you can tell it's getting setting and it's getting there because it's starting to feel warm to the touch, and it will get actually quite hot. It's set enough now that I'm going to carefully pull out my inside mold. So I'm going to remove my rock weight. And then I'm gonna turn these sticks so that it loosens them up a little bit, and then carefully pull out the sticks. Okay, moment of truth. It's time to flip it over. I found this planter at a thrift store, and I loved the shape of it. I thought the shape was so pretty. But I didn't realize when I set it up that it just has a little bit of a curve where it just goes in just really, really slightly at the top. So what that did was it made it impossible for it to come out. So I basically had to perform surgery on this poor planter to get it out. But it came out, and it's beautiful, and it's exactly how I wanted it to be. And so now that this one has cured for 12 to 24 hours, which is what you have to let it cure in order to do anything else with it, I'm going to show you how to do some cool finishing touches. I wanted this planter to have a look like it had been dipped in some paint. So I'm gonna just paint or tape a line with painter's tape around the bottom, and then I'm just gonna paint the bottom part of it. I'm first gonna start with a primer, and I'm using a Glidden Gripper primer, and it's for interior and exterior, and it bonds to virtually any surface. It'll adhere to this concrete, and it'll help the paint adhere, and it'll also help the paint be a truer color. The primer's all dry, so I'm ready to get started painting the outside of my planter, and I've selected a Behr Premium Plus Ultra, and it's an exterior satin enamel paint, and it's important that it's an exterior paint so that it actually holds up. So if you just ask the paint counter for a patio paint or an exterior paint, they'll point you right in this direction. And I'm going to go with a coral color, and it's called Malibu Peach. Thank you so much to Home Depot. We loved collaborating with them on this project. And you can check out the rest of the tutorials and DIY projects from this space over on withHEART.com. Thanks so much for watching.